Mr. Speaker Pro Tem, I rise to explain my vote.
Please proceed.
It seems a little bit like Groundhog Day, and here we are at 1:22 in the morning having a debate that seems to happen on a yearly basis here in the Arizona State Legislature on how can we reduce unintended pregnancies and by extension abortion. You know, I am male. I will never be pregnant. I will never have an abortion. And I don't know what it's like to walk in a woman's shoes and make that choice. However, as a lawmaker, we have the ability to do things to help make sure that we actually are providing resources and information. And I think one of the things that I would do is once again reiterate my invitation for my friends on the conservative side of the aisle, especially those at the Center for Arizona Policy, that if your goal is to provide an alternative to abortion, the best alternative that we can provide to women in the state of Arizona for having an abortion is one, affordable access to birth control. Having 12-month access to birth control is a simple fix that doesn't cost the state of Arizona any dollars to help reduce unintended pregnancies. Second, having access to age-appropriate, medically accurate, and scientifically accurate sex education classes in our schools. Again, if you don't get pregnant, you don't have to ever have to make the choice of whether or not you need to have an abortion. So if the real purpose of this is to have a conversation about how we have alternatives to abortion, the best alternative is education and access to contraception. And yet every year we instead come in and have arguments and make it harder for women to have that choice and to be able to have full access to information. What I'm afraid is happening here is that we are putting ideology and personal beliefs in front of sound policy that allows women to make the best choice for them and their families. We don't know what the reasons are that women are having these abortions. So last year we put in a bill that says you must give us a reason as a state. We must know why you're having an abortion. And I made a simple amendment suggestion, which was let's ask women if they had had access to birth control, if they had had access to sex education, if that would have been a factor that would have helped prevent that unintended pregnancy. And yet I was rebuffed. It's been a little over a year. And even though I extended my invitation then, I've yet to hear from folks on the conservative side of the aisle about how we can work on actually reducing unintended
30
pregnancies.
seconds.
So for that reason, I'm voting no on this bill. And I once again say, if the goal is to reduce abortions, let's reduce unintended pregnancies by working together to give women the resources and the education so that they don't have to be put into that position to have an abortion. And with that, I vote no.
Mr. Hernandez votes no.